Hi, and welcome back to this week's installment on Camp Coffee series. This week we're doing Percolator coffee. Thanks again to Frazier Douglas of Modern Tent Camping for the inspiration for this series.
Hi, Bill Dube here, and welcome to another installment in my YouTube Camp Coffee series. I'm using a new camera today, so please bear with me. And also a new microphone and new everything, basically. Not new me, but here we go. I'm still working out my camera issues here. Hopefully everything will be recording and I won't turn off my lavalier microphone by accident. This is a percolator. We're doing percolator coffee. We're not going to be using this one today. We're going to be using my smaller one. I decided to just get a nice little piece of aluminum to put underneath my stove. I'm using Folgers coffee today. I've already pre-measured it out. In my research, I've seen anywhere from 1 to 2 tablespoons per cup of water mentioned in directions, and anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes for brew. So we're going to go in somewhere in between there. Peak One Expedition Coleman stove. These were popular back in the 70s and 80s, and we'll give it a couple of prime it first. I don't know if the correct word is priming, but giving it some air so that it can get going. I've already put gas into it, so let's see if we can get it started, but let's give it a try. There we go. Started right up. First try, too. I'm going to put a windscreen on it, too, so I'm sorry you're not going to be able to see it. It's a little windy out here today. I'm going to get it set and then back off a little bit on the actual flame here because it's pretty high and hot. Okay, so how do you measure the time that you're going to be perking? That's really subjective. It helps better if you're on a level surface. I guess my my entryway isn't a level surface anymore. We're not always going to have a level surface when we're out on campground, but we're going to do our best. Once this starts perking, we're going to time off 5 minutes because that should be good enough time. This is my Chinook. I can put the links down below on that, as I have in other videos. This is just a gas one, simple windscreen here. You can make a homemade one, or you can do like I did, buy it. Let's go over some of the history of percolator coffee. In 1819, the first invention of percolator coffee was made. In the 1830s, it was further advanced and they started using siphon brewing for getting coffee done. And finally it got patented in 1865. Somewhere in the early 1900s, there was the invention of the electric percolators. In the 1970s, they had drip wings even that people were using for their coffee. And that was nice because it made it a lot easier to clean out. One of the things that I do not like about percolator coffee is, as you can see, we just got our first perk here. So now I'm going to adjust the down so that I can get as slow a perk as possible. Camp stoves, they can be a little temperamental, especially the liquid. This is a white gas stove, if you didn't know. So I need to give it a little bit more air pressure to keep going right now. If I had my butane stove, it would be going gangbusters. And part of that is I don't think I locked down the air pressure. I'm probably going to have to shorten down my perk time because I just can't get this stove to behave. Rather than have the coffee pot leak water or explode water and burn myself, I'm going to deal with one thing at a time here, which is get the stove running with a lower flame and then put the coffee pot back on. And it ain't going to continue. Or maybe it is. I guess we're going to go at a faster perk. Here I thought I was going to be able to solve my problem with having a too hot stove, but I didn't. So we're going to probably do this for about 2 to 3 minutes. And oh, that was another thing I was going to, it reminds me. With the smaller percolators, they often come with a top that is plastic. This is a glass top, which I've replaced on top of there, because eventually you are going to start tasting the plastic. With these percolator tops, the way I was taught years ago is when the coffee looks dark enough to drink, it is. So actually what we're going to do here is, you can see it's looking like it's perking up dark enough. And of course when I pull it off, so we'll pour a little bit in here. Coffee making is part art, part science. So here's the coffee upside down, and I'm going to have to figure out how to do that, and all sorts of fun. Learning a new camera, new equipment, everything. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm drinking half calf. I'm going to perk it for 1 more minute and call it done. So that's percolator coffee, and we're going to give it a pour it into right into my cup here. Should have poured it left-handed because I'm going to have to switch to drink it. And we'll see how it tastes. Very hot and very delicious. What you can do while camping is bring yourself a microfiber towel and have it designated for cleaning your coffee pot out. That's one way to save on water, and another way to do it is just to leave your pot dirty and just dump out the coffee grounds, because it's not going to kill you, and it's not like you're using your pot for anything else. Wikipedia, that's where I got the information about coffee percolators, about the fact that you know, when they first came about in the 1970s with the coffee rings, they were great. Hole in it, and you just put it right over your filter and then throw it out afterwards. They stopped making those in the 70s. Yeah, I'll even put the link to the actual Wikipedia search down below. So that's my installment on percolator coffee. You want to match your stove to your coffee pot, or it's an adjustment. As you can see, it took me about almost 4 minutes or less to perk the coffee, because I couldn't get my stove down to a simmer setting. So what you do is you adjust your cook time and you percolate for less time so that you don't overcook your coffee. I'm Bill Dube. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Here's another video you might be interested in watching.